What's going on, guys? It's your boy Javi from the Marte family. Man, it's been a minute since I created a video or did an update on how everybody's doing over here. I've been pretty busy, man. I've been driving trucks for a little bit now, and I mean it's actually something that I wanted to do for a long time. But I've been watching a lot of videos about truckers, and then I decided to become a trucker myself. A lot of people ask, like, why you became a trucker? And I say, you know what? A lot of it's got to do with the money, but a lot of truckers out there, they make everything look easy, and then they say that you can make some good money, and they are right. That you can make some good money when it comes to trucker, but it all depends what you do in the trucking industry. Right now I'm working for Dollar General, so it is a little physical, but at the same time it's easy work. I think when I started with this company, I was actually training on Dollar Tree account, and working at the Dollar Tree account, that is really physical, because technically you are touching everything that is in your trailer. Every single box, you are touching it, and then you are unloading everything on that trailer to every single store, and then you putting everything on a conveyor belt that goes all the way to their shipping area, where they have not the shipping area, where they have the receiving area. But one of the questions that a lot of people are asking, like, is trucking hard? A lot of people get into trucking just because of the money, not because they want to do it or because they want to, get the experience of the trucking. But is trucking hard? Being a trucker, it's all depending on what you're doing, what company you work for. Because working for Dollar General, the job, it's easy. Working, it's easy. But mentally, it's hard. Because technically, you have to, be mentally prepared to drive long hours. As number one, you got to know that you're going to be driving long hours. And it all depends on the company you work for. But working as a trucker, if you want to make some good money, you got to be over the road. So being over the road, that's when you're going to be making the more money. It is hard if you have a family also. But if you're single, I think you should give it a try. But when you have a family, you got to worry about how your family are back home. You got to make sure that they know that you're okay with them. If you have kids, you got to make sure they're okay out there at home. And then while you're driving, man, you got to make sure you stay awake. That's the number one thing, is like trying to stay awake, because just listening to music is not going to it's not going to keep you awake. Sometimes just listening to music, it gets tiring, and it also gets boring after a while. If you like on the road for like 8 hours and listen to music, it gets boring. You have to stop sometimes, stretch, and then what helps me a lot is I put a lot of podcasts and a lot of motivation. Most of the time I just call my wife and talk to her. But it is mentally hard. But when it comes to like physically, you're not going to be working a lot technically. Most of the time you're going to be driving. You're going to be working during the day. You're probably going to be working at least 4 to 3 hours, depending how far away are your stops. But other than that, you're going to be driving the most. You make the more money the more you drive, the more mileage you do, the more money you make, basically. So everything is all about mileage in here. So technically, is trucking hard? Trucking is not hard, but it is mentally hard, because most of the time also, depending where you at, like Dollar General puts a Dollar General store anywhere they need. Technically, on the top of the mountain, if they can, they will put a Dollar General in there. I've been in roads that I'm always thinking about, like, can I even go through here? sometimes you got to be looking at your map to make sure that you're actually going through the right road, to the right street. Because most of the time, like having a heavy trailer, your truck, you got to be a certain weight. And then some cities that they don't allow your trucks to go through, so they got restrictions. So you got to make sure you're gonna go into one of those restrictions area, and you don't go into one of those restrictions area and get in trouble with the law. Because a ticket for a trucker is not cheap. It's not like $50. It's always going to be up to the $100. And then the state troopers, they don't play around. They don't play around. But one of the questions that I want to answer is that a lot of people say, this truck is hard. Hey, don't get into truckers if you can't drive far away or work long hours. That's one thing. Don't get into truckers if you can't stay awake for a long time period. Don't be a trucker if you get scared being alone. Don't be a trucker if technically you can get scared when you go to cities that you might think you're gonna get robbed. Because sometimes you go to places that you just like, oh damn, I gotta lock every single door. I gotta make sure I have a little back to defend myself, because you never know what could happen. You never know what could happen. But being a trucker is easy. You can make some good money, but at the same time, physically, mentally, you gotta make sure that you're prepared for it.